What is going on, my Atomic Cycle Works friend? Today we are working on an BMW R1250 GSA seat. These are a very common seat to have to fix. Common issues, this one is not the factory seat. This actually is a Sargent seat. And I will tell you, we actually redo a lot of Sargent seats, and they are very well made, very nice seat. They definitely take the time. You look at their seat pans, I would say their seat pans are probably some of the nicest seat pans we run into. They spend a lot of time on it. The only other seat pans that I'd really compare at the level that I've seen them doing is kind of some of the ones made in Spain. They're doing they're making a little extra effort on things you don't see, and the machining and all the quality is significantly better than what you would see on like say a Harley Davidson or even a Japanese motorcycle. These ones here, what usually happens all the time is, this start off with, this is a really serious motorcycle, has a lot of adjustments. You could raise the front, lower it, same thing with the back. There's a lot of things you could do to these bikes. However, it's never enough. And I see most commonly everybody lowers the back and raises the front. And you're trying to get it so that it's not sitting like this, you're sitting more like this. Understandably, what happens is it changes the kind of metrics of how you ride that motorcycle. You know, you figure if you're supposed to be here, you get all of your travel, everything's good. If you're to lower the front a lot, you're going into everything. And if you lower the back, you're going over everything. So the bikes are kind of made to be how they're made. So if you have to go through and slam the back down and raise the front to the top, one, you're not going to be getting the adequate suspension travel. Everything's going to perform a little differently. So I recommend doing what we're doing here. And we're going to go through, we'll take the seat apart, show you what it is, and show you what we're going to do. And there's only so much you could do to these seats. These are one of the most challenging seats we run into because I could already feel right here, there is zero foam. And I'm going to show you that, and I'll show you how we're going to fix it. All right, I got the seat cover, pretty much all the staples out. One thing I will note here is I have done a lot of I've done a lot of Saddlemen seats too, but we've also done a lot of Sargent seats. I've never taken them apart and had the staples so rusty. Like, I've never even seen that. So I don't know. I'm wondering if someone was in this thing or like before I touched it, or if something happens. Because usually you use a stainless staple or a lacquer coated staple. Most places use lacquer coated because the stainless are so expensive. But we're gonna pull this off. We don't need the cover anymore. They do have a tailbone relief in here, which is kind of more like a butt crack relief because your tailbone is usually up a little higher. Most of these bikes you're leaning forward, so your tailbone isn't usually an issue on it. We're gonna go through and pull this off. I might have to take the steamer out to get this plastic off. Sometimes we're lucky. Hey, maybe we're lucky today. We're lucky today. Plastic is off. Lots of holes. Lots of little holes everywhere in this thing. Now we're going to see if this is super glued on here. Not with super glue, but just very glued, or if it's going to come off. And I'll show you. So what happens is you see that sharp edge there. A lot of people sit that far back, and that kind of bites them in the ass, literally. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shave that down a little bit so it's not so sharp and pointy. Let's see what else we got going underneath here. Okay, so we do have electrical in here. Okay, so this has the integrated heated seat, it looks like. So we're going to have to deal with this, which is a pain in the ass. Let's see. I'm going to end up pulling this top layer right off of here so we can gain access to this. What you can see here is a lot of times in seats for cars or motorcycles, you'll have holes so that the seat breathes, so you could push cooling through it or heat through it better. What they're doing is trying to solve a very difficult ongoing problem. And what happens is heated seats are just a piece of material with wires going through it. And a lot of people have very sensitive butts, and they actually could feel that. It doesn't allow your butt to kind of conform to the foam and to the material. So by putting this extra foam on top of that, you're gaining some softness, which is really nice. And you're also, just pushing yourself away from the actually heated element. And then by putting the holes in here, you're actually venting it so that the heat could actually hit you a little quicker. A lot of times when we do it, we don't do the vented spots here. We tell the people, if you want to do this properly, the foams that we use are very dense. They're a little more dense than this. It's just going to take longer for your seat to heat up. So we're going to pull all this off, see where it's at, see how much meat we have underneath it, and see if we can lower this heating element. So this is very tedious. You got to be very careful. You can see there's wires underneath here, and there's wires throughout the heated element. Basically, most heated pads are literally a thin piece of material, wires running through it. This one, what's nice about this one here is a lot of these heated seats have a giant module thing here. That's just a big piece of metal that literally goes right where your tailbone is. And we have to actually take them, put them deep in the seat to get out of your way so you don't really feel that, because you will feel that. And especially when you have a low profile seat here, there's no place to put it. So this is great the way they did this. I don't have to remove the full heated element, just the back, because we're actually raising the front a little bit and we're going to lower the back. So I'm going to tape it over here out of my way. Hopefully it stays. Now, again, when you're pulling these apart, if you do it yourself, well, don't do it yourself, send to so if you're interested in learning how to do this stuff, step by step how to do it, you'll have to watch our Atomic Auto Works channel. That's our DIY channel. We show automotive content, marine, and motorcycle stuff all together, and obviously trucks as well. So you could see stuff there on how to do stuff. This is more of our actual business where we make motorcycle seats and customize them for people so they feel good and you can enjoy your motorcycle. So we're not going to get into how to do it too much. You can watch the other videos. This one here, we will tell you what we're doing because it needs to be done. We're going to lower this edge here, re-glue this material down, and I'm going to shave this foam completely off, and we're going to end up putting a gel. I'm going to basically use what our comfort pack, so we stagger foam. But the problem is when you get a piece where this piece here, I'll show you how deep this is, so you know when you're riding your bike. Where's the... Okay, so if you were to look at this, so you can see where I put the tape, and now you can see the tip of the material. You see the tip right there? That's all you have for foam, is about 3/16 of an inch right before that sharp part of the pan. Now, a lot of times what you want is a smooth seat pan, because if you don't have a lot of seat pan, but it was smooth like down here, you're going to be fine. But because this is the edge of the seat pan where it goes down and your staples come through there, so you could actually feel those if they're too deep, we're just going to take this and round it just a little bit. It's not a miracle thing, but it's just something a little extra. And we don't want to take off too much meat because this is kind of a structural part of the seat. This is where the seat pan goes in and then where it gets stapled. We're going to end up stapling it down a little farther. So let's go ahead and do that. This is very mild, right? And a lot of people are like, why even bother? When it comes to stuff like this, the devil's in the details. And even though it's a minute thing, all the little minute things could add up to a better fitting seat. And yes, this seat here probably fits a large percent of the people who purchase this seat, but the few that don't, that need extra, that's where we come in, and we're kind of limited in how much we could do. There's only 3/16 of an inch of foam back here, a hard seat pan. So what we got to do now is try to lower this back so you sit in it, but also bring up the front. And we're trying to completely reposition the rider so that you don't have to have your rear shocks bottomed out and your front ones extended all the way to the front. These little deals are kind of the big deals. I'm right in the middle of reshaping this. And what you can see is we're actually breaking through right in the edge here. So it's just the orthopedic gel, and it's a very thin orthopedic gel, but it's enough that it just takes that bite off of the edge of the seat. So when you sit back there, you're not feeling it. What is really good about the Sargent seat is that this bump is really only from here to here, and then it does taper off, and that's pretty much where your butt cheeks are. So the only real concern is just this area here, which we dealt with. And by adding the gel and staggering, it's actually a really nice cushy feel right now. So you're gonna be able to sit a little bit more in the bike, which is kind of cool. And you don't really feel the heated pad elements, even though there's not a lot of foam above that. So with this foam, as I shape it, by the time we get done, there's probably only going to be about maybe 3/16 of an inch of foam above the actual heated seat element. So it's just going to take a little bit longer for it to travel through, but it will travel through just probably an extra minute. I'm going to finish reshaping this, and we're going to get to the cover. For the seat cover, we were going with a super grip material, but we only have it from one supplier. And unfortunately, both times they shipped out the regular stuff. There's a super grip, and then there's a match that's just a regular. And it is kind of nice because it's very grippy. So we are going to have to go with our Ultra Grip, which is a material that I personally like better. It's not quite as grippy as the Super Grip, but it locks you in the saddle a lot, and it's more comfortable to me. Sometimes for me, the Super Grip, you can't move. So if you want to reposition a little bit, it's not going to happen. I did want to use it on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the seat cover pattern that we're making. This way, if it does come in the future, we could do it. This customer just needs this he needs it in a few days. So we have to make sure that this thing is ready and shipped out and gone tonight. I went and put some So Foam over this, which is kind of a thin foam that actually kind of locks everything in, kind of cleans it up a little bit and protects the edges, and it gives it a little bit more cushion. And then I jumped and made the seat cover because we are running out of time. Let's go put it together. So I tell you what, one, I love this material. It's just so soft. It's so nice because when you sit in it, your butt cheeks can form so well. And just by that little modification of lowering the heated seat element a little bit, and then also putting the gel actually is in back of it, and then it scoops underneath it. And what it's doing is now the actual heated seat element, it's almost like a snowshoe where it's on top, and it doesn't really want to compress a lot, but it's able to go down. So it's like kind of like if you were walking on snow with the snowshoes on, you have a bigger piece that's kind of going down all at the same time. And it works out really good. Now, if you look, I mean, I'm not putting any pressure on this, and the difference in foam is amazing. You do worry that you're going to bottom out, but because we have gel on here, the orthopedic gel almost compresses. As the firmer you get, the harder it gets, but it's not hard like a rock. It'll actually just kind of get firmer and firmer and firmer and always have a little bit of a move to it. And I'm pushing down really hard on the sharp edge here, and you really don't feel it. Very confident that he's gonna get on this and love this. I think even though we couldn't get the super grip, we had to go with the ultra grip instead. I personally think this is 1,000 times better. So now when you sit in the seat, you're gonna be a little lower in the back, you're a little higher in the front, and you're gonna be dished in it, which is gonna be a really nice feel. Hopefully he loves it. Hopefully you like this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow, ring the bell. Go to atomiccycleworks.com to check out the latest and the greatest in motorcycle seats and stuff we do.